Now we have this stupid stuff where you can vote 45 days early. I wonder what the hell happens during that 45. Let's move see these votes? We've got about 1 million votes in there. Let's move them. We're fixing the air conditioner in the room, right? No, it's terrible. What happened the last time was disgraceful, including right here. You're allowed to vote early. They have early voting, late voting. Everything is so ridiculous. We should have one-day voting.
Will you encourage your voters, based on the system we have, to go along with the system of early voting and voting by mail? Because I think if you don't, it's a big mistake.
No. I will, but those ballots get lost also, Sean. You know, they send them in and all of a sudden they're gone. Those ballots get lost also. The answer is I will because you would like it.
I will because you will like it, but also I very much won't. And I'm gonna go right back on the campaign trail and demonize the practice. And I love so much about that. Not that we have a former president trying to convince millions of Americans not to vote. I want everyone to vote. I want Republicans to vote. I would prefer it if they vote rationally or even in their own self-interest, but I'll take just voting. I want voting. Donald Trump, not so much. And when he's talking to a person like Sean Hannity is a terrible guy. But right there, all he's trying to do is help get Donald Trump out of his own way. He's like, dude, you're supposed to try to win the election. We need people to vote. Stop telling them not to vote. And that's what Donald Trump does. He goes out there and says, it's bad that you can vote early. It's bad that you can vote by mail. If you're a conservative watching this, I just want you to understand, those are the two things Trump does to vote. He sends in his mail ballot early. He doesn't send it in on day of, and he doesn't vote in person. Why is it that he's demonizing a thing that he himself does? Ask yourself that question. And then they have late voting. No, they don't. That's not a thing. What are you even talking about? And it's not just me that's frustrated by this. It's not just Sean Hannity that's frustrated by this. A ton of Republicans are incredibly worried about the effect that this could have on the election. And if this reminds you of 2020, yeah, there were the same concerns then, and it probably cost him the election. David Urban is a former Trump campaign senior advisor who led his successful Pennsylvania effort in 2016. So he knows something about winning these swing states. Says it's counterproductive to tell these lies when we're kind of pushing a message and then the president comes and says, I'm not so big on that. It's much more difficult to convince people. A GOP strategist in Wisconsin, another state that they want to win, says the whole idea behind absentee voting is you're banking that vote. You got that person. You know they're going to vote for you. You get them off the list. This is how you get the extra 5,000, 10,000 votes that may decide the election. And Trump's scaremongering, quote, screws it up. It's silly. And there's so many. We could go through a bunch. There's so many like that. And the numbers are already in. The numbers of early and mail voting for Republicans went up in 2020, despite his demonizing because of the pandemic and all that. But so far, the evidence shows that only about 25% of some of the early votes and mail votes in these states are coming from Republicans. They're once again getting destroyed by Democrats. And is it any wonder why, Sharon?
No, it's just stupid. How stupid does one have to be? He complained so much about mail-in and absentee ballots and early voting the last time around. As much as we hate to admit it, he lost, but he didn't lose by that much in certain states. I mean, we can't get, give me 11,000 some votes out of our heads down here in Georgia. He's just a really dumb guy. And I don't understand why people won't wake up, shake off the dumbness. You don't have to follow this guy. You don't have to.
You could just believe what you want to believe about the different kinds of voting, but just go vote. Just do it.
Vote.
And again, I actually want you to. I want everyone to be a part of the system. Why doesn't he? I don't understand it. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.